This is Avalon. Avalon is completely blind. We got Avalon last year. I want to say it was one of the July auctions we went to. I'm not 100%, I can't remember. But she is pretty fearful when it comes to people. She can't really see them coming. We think she might be able to see like maybe some shadows, so when she sees me coming out in the pasture, she'll go the opposite direction. Today, however, once we got her down here, we used her seeing eye horse cache, and as soon as we got her in the catch pen, I just gave her a minute to settle, and I walked right up to her and started petting her shoulder, and she didn't flinch, she didn't try to run away, so she is getting a lot better at that aspect. She is trained to pick up her feet, so she knows some things. So we brought her in here today to put a saddle on her and kind of test out if she knows what that pressure is and if she's ever had the saddle on before. If she has, we'll do some fake-ons and even throw a leg up and see about riding her around a little bit. If she hasn't, however, we're going to start working on getting her used to that so we can start riding her, because in the long run it will help make her more adoptable. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's what I say too. She's probably newly blind is my guess. So that's why she is very reactive when it comes to certain things. We'll see how she does with this. And after I get that up there, I want her to take a step, just see how she reacts to that being up there. She's not too sure about it really, so I don't think she has had that before. Another thing I could do to kind of see where she would be at with having a saddle on her back is take this. I ask her to step over right there. And I'll just reach down here and grab this, and I'll kind of use this to imitate cinch pressure. Get her to take a step with that. She actually doesn't seem to mind that. And just put the saddle on her. You guys might want to go out there, because if she does decide that she's going to take off bucking, you do not want to be in the way. You always want to make sure when you're saddling up a horse for the first time, you get a couple wraps on the latigo. This is the latigo right here, before you just pull that tight. Because if you don't, and that horse decides to take off, the saddle will just fall right off and it'll end up scaring it more. So I'll get my last wrap in here real quick, and I'll pull it tight, take a step back, tighten it up the rest of the way. There's no keeper there. Okay. Now I do want her to move with that. She definitely needs some work on giving to this type of pressure before we try to ride her. Because if she doesn't give to this and we hop up there and ride her and she just decides she's gonna run off full speed, she's gonna end up slamming into a panel. She's gonna end up hurting herself or whoever's on top of her. So she needs a lot of work just on that right there. This is just flexion, getting her to turn her head off of light pressure. While working on this type of thing, so that way when we get up there to try to ride her, we can actually turn her and control her without worrying about her running into stuff. I do think that she will have an issue with wanting to run off when she gets scared. So we're gonna just make sure those things are installed before we try to ride her. I just want her to have this too. That way if she decides to take off, we can actually stop her as well. Good. So I'm going to keep working on her with that for, well, I'd say the next week or so. And then once she gets good about getting off of that pressure, off of light pressure, then I'll go ahead and throw my saddle up on her and hop on and see how she does.